Great news, it's October 3rd. Not only is it Mean Girls Day, but it's the day that the mail-in ballots were sent out. Hi, I'm Emilia, and I'll show you how to cast your vote.
A new housing measure that may affect your rent is on the ballot. We'll take a look at the pros and cons of Prop 33.
And 3 Trojans are on the campaign trail, trying to win political office. We'll find out how a USC education contributed to their careers. See It Live starts now.
We're exactly 33 days until the election. We'll brief you tonight on everything from important dates to major races to propositions. Hi, I'm Payton May.
And I'm Jason Goode. Annenberg Media's Emilia Paz is live at USC Village. Emilia, tell us how we can cast our votes right from the Village.
Thank you, Jason. It is quite simple. Located right between Target and Il Gardino on USC Village is one of the mail-in ballot boxes. Once you've filled your ballot out on your walk to class or getting your morning coffee, be sure to simply drop it in. One of the important issues on this year's ballot is Proposition 32. This proposition could increase minimum workers' wages to $18 an hour by the year 2026. For minimum wage workers, this could be a great thing. Also for emergency medical technicians.
We really do go for life and death situations. And unfortunately, we do get paid less than fast food workers now, in at least LA County, where the minimum wage for fast food workers has gone up to $20 an hour.
Minimum wage workers like Janelle would benefit from the proposition, but small business workers are worried that it isn't possible. The president and CEO of Cal Chamber, a voice for small business owners, says the state has tried this before.
You know, there's regional minimum wages here in California as well. And one that was recently passed here was in West Hollywood, where they did a minimum wage increase for just the businesses in that jurisdiction of around $19 an hour. And you immediately, after it was passed, there was immediate outcry from the smaller employers in that region that basically said, we can't make this work.
As a reminder, the mail-in ballots were sent out today, and be sure to fill yours out and drop it off right here at USC Village starting October 7th. For Annenberg Media, I'm Emilia Paz.
Proposition 33 would repeal an existing rule prohibiting rent control in California. Rent control laws have been in place in Los Angeles since the late 70s. This new proposal may prompt the city to include single-family homes in the provision as well. Data shows that Los Angeles residents spend over 30% of their income on housing. Supporters of Prop 33 argue that it would expand affordable housing for Angelenos and prevent corporate landlords from charging unfair rents. If passed, the proposition would allow Los Angeles to enact stricter rent cap laws. This could impact cities like Burbank, Torrance, and Glendale, which currently don't face the same restrictions.
But with the increase in homelessness coupled with the fact that people just feel like they can't really live in California anymore, we just feel like this is the main thing on the ballot that can actually help renters and help affordable housing.
A no vote on the proposition would keep existing housing regulations in place. Opponents of the proposal say it would block new construction and decrease home values for existing property owners. They also say the proposition doesn't provide funding for affordable housing, specific provisions to reduce rent, or protect renters, seniors, or veterans. Students can cast their vote on Prop 33 come Election Day.
And a California Senate seat is up for grabs this election, with voters choosing both a short and long-term replacement for the late Senator Dianne Feinstein. Representative Adam Schiff, a Democrat, is currently polling at 53%, while former Dodgers first baseman Steve Garvey is polling at 34%. 12% remain undecided. This is California's first U.S. Senate race without an incumbent running since 2016.
And now to the highly contested Los Angeles District Attorney race. We sat down with challenger Nathan Hochman, and we'll hear from the incumbent, George Gascon. One of the biggest issues for voters, public safety.
When you look at our work for the last almost 4 years now, We have prosecuted over 100,000 serious and violent crimes. That is the rate comparable to the last 10 years in the office. We have addressed things like organized retail theft. I think as a profession, and I'm talking about police and prosecutors, we were caught flat-footed for a while, but our organized retail theft is down now.
It turns out that people want safety. They don't like living in a situation where you are actually concerned, often for the first time when you go back to your car, are you going to be on the Nextdoor app or the Citizen app or the Street People of whatever city you're in app? When you go back to your house or your apartment, are you going to be the statistic that day?
Nathan Hochman is currently polling at 44% over incumbent George Gascon at 20%, but nearly 33% of voters are still undecided. The two will debate again next Tuesday.
3 USC alumni are running for office in Los Angeles. There are 2 candidates running for the U.S. House races, including Steve Williams, who is attempting to upset the Democratic incumbent in California's 43rd district.
And so that practical experience has helped me in being a problem solver. And when it comes to my political ideology and what I would like to do as a representative within Congress, it's that problem solving skill set that I learned while I was at USC.
Williams uses his previous experience as a Marshall alum and owner of a commercial real estate brokerage firm to influence his politics, while professors bring their prior political experience into USC's classrooms.
I was a former political director in the Obama White House. I oversaw polling for the president's reelect. I had been in politics as an elected official and also an advisor. And so I have this great ability to bring all of those experiences to the USC class to think about not just elections, but governing, not just about the candidates, but the voters and how they think about elections and governing on a day-to-day basis. And for me, that's the beauty of the class.
Another Trojan hoping to claim a House seat is Sydney Kamlager-Dove in the 37th District. Heather Hunt, a current council member in District 10, is trying to hold onto her seat. And if you wanted to run for public office as a Trojan, that you wouldn't be the first. Payton, when can we expect your election bid?
Oh, I don't know about that. As a kid, I used to say my dream job was to be president, but I think my career ambitions have changed just a little bit. What you can expect coming up next: protesters gathered outside of Governor Gavin Newsom's LA office over the issue of reparations.
A new law will force local oil fields to close. Find out why the closure means so much to the community.
And new cell phone restrictions in California will go into effect next year. We'll hear a teacher's perspective on the change.
Bonjour, je suis le grand musique.
Je suis la jeune fille.
Yes, that's French they're speaking, and no, these children aren't French, they're American. And they've acquired their amazing new language skills from Muzzy, the remarkable new video language program for children developed by the British Broadcasting Corporation. With this unique BBC language course, children learn a second language with incredible ease. 4 delightful videos quickly become their favorite TV show and teaches children the same way they learned English. Learning another language becomes fun. You'll be amazed when your children begin speaking and understanding their new language from the very first day through this unique method. The entire course, 4 videos, 2 audio cassettes, the activity book, and the parent's guide and answer book is available in French, Spanish, Italian, or German.
To order, use your credit card and call this number. We'll ship and charge you $28.08 a month for 6 months. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call 1-800-424-0700.
Okay, this stuff is really amazing. I mean, I put it in my mouth and I taste watermelon, but it's not just that. I taste strawberry too, but it's kind of like a watermelon-y strawberry put together. Hey, hang on. Sorry about that. And the bubbles are really awesome. I mean, that's why they call it Max, I guess, obviously. That sort of makes sense once you think about it. Oh, I'm Dan, and that's Chuck. Hubba Bubba Max. A whole new kind of bubble. Hey!
Governor Newsom recently apologized for the state's role in slavery, but supporters of reparations say that's just the beginning of what needs to happen.
That's the next step. Within less than 90 days, getting as much mobilization as possible to put appropriate pressure on the state legislature to introduce and pass these reparations bills.
In addition to last week's apology, the governor signed a handful of bills enacting policies to address issues such as maternal health disparities. Last month, Newsom denied 2 key reparations bills, which would have created a new government-funded reparations agency. Grassroots activists took to the street today outside the governor's downtown LA office.
This is a justice claim. It's a claim for reparations for years and years, generations of lost wages, stolen land, and just overall systemic oppression.
Supporters are now starting a 90-day push for a new bill. They'll need at least one member of Congress to help introduce it.
Another bill Governor Newsom signed into law this week means the closure of the Inglewood oil field by 2030. The site has been controversial for years. The 1,000-acre site, located in Baldwin Hills, is the state's largest urban oil field. An additional bill also gives local governments increased power to restrict oil production within their districts. Many environmental groups and activists support this decision.
We're not sure if we will have the same future that previous generations have had. And not just because of economic uncertainty, which is also very real, but climate uncertainty. We're seeing the kinds of disasters that the world has literally never seen before.
But the president of the Western States Petroleum Association says the move could push gas prices higher and it could hurt California families. While technology in the classroom is increasing, cell phones are on the way out. Governor Gavin Newsom is calling for cell phone restrictions in school districts across the state. Any restriction will go into effect next school year, but Newsom is encouraging early implementation. Education experts say that studies are already showing how cell phones have a negative impact on students' learning.
The research is starting to show us that cell phones are having a harmful impact on students' social, emotional, and mental well-being, becoming a distraction if they are available and accessible during the school day.
But California isn't alone. Cell phone bans and restrictions in schools are spreading across the country, including Indiana, Florida, and South Carolina, to name a few states.
And let's just recap some of the most important days to remember for California voters. Today, Los Angeles County began issuing ballots, but all mail-in ballots will be sent out by October 7th, the same day that early voting starts. October 21st is the last day to register to vote. Those who miss that date will need to register at their polling location. And of course, November 5th is Election Day, so be sure to get your ballots in and make your vote count. I don't know about you, Jason, but I'm excited for election season. Always fires me up. Thank you so much for watching See It Live. From everyone at Annenberg Media, I am Payton May.
And I'm Jason Goode. For more coverage, watch and subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Annenberg Media. Good night.